Hello ladies and gents, this is Evan, your friend in some really exciting tutorials out there. Today I'm about to show you the way of erasing the tattoos from your body. In a world that is full of tattoos, I am probably one exception because I don't really like tattoos because I don't really like putting something on my body that it will stay forever. I want to have the opportunity or the chance to be able to take it out. And I'm sure that soon enough, all of you out there that you have tattoos, you will find a way to erase this tattoo. So, in this tutorial, I will show you the professional way of taking out tattoos. I don't think that this tutorial will be a famous tutorial because not yet somebody needs to take it out, but probably in the near future some of you will come here and see how easy, precise and professional you will be able to take out your tattoos. So no more talking, I will create at the same time as my tutorial an action because I want to have these actions stored in my tutorial as a separate action, because I'm sure that a lot of my clients will come to the near future to do the same again. So I don't want to do this over and over again. So I will go to the window inside Photoshop. I will open the actions panel and I will come here. You see I have so many over here. And I will create a new one. And I will say Evan Tuts actions. Wonderful. I will hit OK. I have just created a folder. If someone doesn't know what action means and uses Photoshop, I'm sorry my friend, but you have to go back in the basics, because if you don't know what the actions are, you have to study all over again Photoshop. Actions, they are stored personal actions that you don't want to do them again and again. You just do them once, you record them, and then you just press the play, and Photoshop is your slave and do the whole work in a click of a button. So it is very easy, and of course you don't really have to do the same over again. I will go and I will create a new action. I will name this Erase Tattoos. Wonderfully. Hit record, you see that? And once I will hit the record button, all my actions, all my moves inside Photoshop will be recorded over this new action. So hit record, you see this button. If you want to stop for some way, you have to go to the bathroom or something, or you have to send an email or something, just press the stop and then press again the record to continue. So I have this already recording my moves. I will just hide the panel and I will go and I will create two copies of my photograph. So Control J twice, 1, 2, wonderfully. The one I will just name it with double click, texture, hit the enter button, and the other one I will just hide this, and the other one I will name this color tones. So we will need the frequency separation procedure in order to be able to erase the tattoo successfully. Wonderful. And now my actions, you see that they have already stored all those actions wonderfully. Then I will just go to the color tones and I will select the filter. I will go to blur and then I will go to the surface blur. Well, now the surface blur, it's not always a fixed settings, because sometimes you have more close-up tattoo, sometimes you have more far-away tattoo, smaller, larger, it depends. So we will make this active in order to play with the surface blur, in every photograph. So it will not be stored forever, these settings. I can do that, but it's more good and convenient to make it active and dynamic. So I will just, I think that 5 and 15 is a good amount to make the body, you see that, look like a cartoon. Wonderful. So I have just take out the noise, actually, of the photo, and I have just simplified the skin of my model. So 5 and 15, hit OK. and then I will go and I will open the texture. I will select the texture and I will go to image, and then I will go to apply image. Here I have to do some things. First of all, I have to find the color tones in order to take some samples from here, from this layer. Then I will just hit the invert button, and then I will go and change this from multiply to add. And of course the scale should be 2. And now, as you can see here, I can see the texture of the photograph, of the model, as you can say. Well, this photo is really small, really bad quality, but if you put actually a good quality photo, you will have better results than mine, but don't problem. It is already wonderful. So color tones, RGB, invert, add, opacity 100 and scale 2. Hit OK. And then we will go and change this to linear light. So now we have this. You don't really see a lot of things right now, but don't worry. Then we will go and I will just put those two inside of a group. So I will just select those, Control G, Command G in Macintosh. I will just name this edits. And then I will come inside here, select the texture and bring inside a black and white adjustment layer. And then I will just play with the red channel in order to see the skin. You see that? You can just focus on the skin, and I think now we're ready to work with our model. So now the action is completed. I will just go and stop it. And so now all my moves, they are recorded. So every time I have a tattoo to erase, I will just use this action, hit the play button, and all those settings I have just done, they will be recorded over here and they will be ready for me with a click of a button. This is the magic of the actions. So now the only thing that I have to do is to take away, play with the texture and the color tones and take away this ugly tattoo. So first of all, the action, the texture will be, our subject inside the texture. So I'll go and I will select probably the spot healing brush, but sometimes I just use the clone stamp tool because it's more precise for me. And now I will just take the textures. So I will just select this area over here. It's a good practice to go along with a tattoo. Of course, I will have to have this one as current layer, not all layers. The flow and opacity, they seem okay, but I have to be on current layer because I don't want to take other samples from the color tones, okay? Or the black and white adjustment. So now the stamp tool sees only this layer selected, the texture layer. I will just hit the Alt option in Macintosh, and then I will just come here and soften this tattoo. As you can see, I don't have so many information inside the texture. The whole tattoo is living and breathing inside the color tones. So don't worry about it. We will fix it. But I have to take it away from the texture. Actually, the texture doesn't really affect the tones and the colors. It just affects the texture of the skin. So you can have samples from other areas most of the time with no problem. So now this is my skin. As you can see, there is no tattoo over my texture, nothing over here. And then I will select the color tones, I will take out the texture, and I will take out also the black and white. The black and white adjustment layer, I usually use it only for the texture. For the color tones, it's more better to use the colored photograph. And then I will just duplicate this one just for safety, Control J. And I will go here. I will not take the brush tool. I will not take the stamp tool. I will take the mixer brush tool. The mixer brush tool is like the smudge tool, more or less. It kind of, mixing the color tones by taking samples with Alt click and then just drag it. And you see that I'm just smudging. But if you do it precise, and you be and trying and just play with it. You just erase, but we don't erase the texture. The texture is separated from this channel. So you see that? Wonderful, wonderful. Check this out. And if I will just stay and play with that, I will be better and better. The trick is to never give up, and try to mix the color tones. If you have some problems with some smudged areas, like here, because we had so much information, we just take the brush tool, just take a sample from here, and digital paint, just a click, in order to brighten this up. Of course, I have to use a really soft brush, not so hard one. Wonderful, you see that? And then I will take the mixer brush and I will just use this area in order to paint away this smudginess. And if I will bring in the texture, you see that? There is no tattoo. The tattoo is gone, but I have the texture and I have a wonderful color tones. So the mixer brush and of course the stamp, along with the action of the frequency separation that I have just done, helps me to take away the tattoos. You see that? How easy and how precise. I've seen people, taking, and professional people out there taking this, the patch tool or something, and do some efforts in order, actually here, in order to fix it. But you see, it doesn't really work all the time, and it depends from the tattoo. But it doesn't matter if you have a big tattoo or something. With this procedure, you will be rock and roller in a matter of minutes. You see that? In a matter of minutes, this was the girl, and now you see that? How easy. And of course, I can be better and more precise with the brush and the mixer brush tool. So let's just do this again. Hopefully I will do this again, but here I have so many other colors inside over the skin. I hope that I will make it through. I haven't, tried this one over this really strange and difficult photo, but it was one photo that I was, free to use it with a tattoo girl. So we'll just use the same action. You see that? You will see now the magic of this action. Hit the play. And I'm ready. You see that? You don't really have to pass the whole procedure, but I have just told you that the color tones maybe need to be separate for every photo. So I will just go inside the erase tattoo action. I will find the surface blur, you see that? And I will hit this little button over here. If you want me to show you all the tricks of actions, just write me a message or comment over this video, and I will be more than happy to show you how to make wonderful actions inside Photoshop. So with this little trick here, I will trigger the dialog window of the surface blur, so it will not just put whatever is stored over here. Hit the play, and you see now I have the opportunity and the freedom to just play with the radius. And let's say that I want this to be maybe more high, you see that? But sometimes, most of the times, I will be happy with 5 and 15. So let's just go to 5 and 20 just for the sake of this video. And of course then the action will continue after the OK click of this window. And now I'm ready. Of course, now I can go and play a little bit with with the red channel in order to find the best balance between the skin and my problem. So now I can go to the texture. Most of the times the color tones has the stored tattoo, but the texture also many times has a lot of details. Of course, I can just hit the Alt and click over this eye, Option click in Macintosh, and see. You see that? This is stored inside the texture, and see where is the problem. So now I can just go. Of course, I can just stay here and play without all the other layers. Maybe sometimes it's more convenient and easier. So now I can just come here. Of course, the current layer should be selected, and then I can just take a healthy skin from here and just pass. You see how easy I can take this out. And of course, the next trick is to take away also the color tones. Of course, the color tones are the most demanding procedure over this technique. But you see, even the texture will be a really big problem if you don't, take care of this problem. So I'm almost done with that. Wonderful. And now we'll just bring all those back. And already the color tones seem softer. I'll just take out this black and white. I will go to the color tones. And now, my friends, the magic begins. I will just take this one. Again, I will just create a copy, a duplicate of this one. Control J, Command J in Macintosh. And then I will just lower my brush. And I will just take samples from here. And then I can also bring this kind of skin over this area, but sometimes we have different color tones, so maybe I should take from here color tones. You see that? Sometimes it works better from this place. So of course I can just take samples, and you see how precise this technique is. Of course, sometimes the skin doesn't really cooperates with my technique, but even with that skin that has so many other colors on, you see, I have so many colors on, I have just managed to create, a good looking result. Of course, then I can just take the brush tool, take some samples, just, paint over here some little parts, maybe from here, in order, maybe not so red, but no. So just go here maybe. Okay. And then just take some parts and okay. And I'm just digital painting right now because I just want to make this more precise. And of course I can just lower the opacity in order to mix those two together. Yeah, it looks good. And of course, okay. And then I can just go again with a mixer brush. It's always a good practice to see the project from far away sometimes because it looks better. And then of course I can just take the mixer brush and mix. And you see that? It looks wonderfully. And maybe here I can just make it more shiny and white. But if you see the start photo, see that? Wonderful result. Wonderful result. If you try to do this again with the old technique of the patch tool or the stamp tool without taking out the texture and the color tones in separate layers, you will fail, my friends, and this will be a huge failure because we don't usually have so big surface to take samples, so it looks really bad. So if you want to make it the professional way, just use my way. And of course, you don't really have to say that you learned it from me in your clients, but if you want to see more from me, please like my work. And of course, don't forget to share my videos and subscribe to my channels. I have a plan. And my plan is to create every video that you will need in order to succeed in photo retouching business. So this was maybe the second video, and trust me, I will create more than 40 or 50 because I have so many things to show you. So don't you dare to forget my channel because you will be out of business soon enough. So my friends, if you want to be professional, if you want to learn all my professional tricks, join my channel and you will see the good way of using Photoshop. I'm Evan, your friend in some really exciting tutorials. Have fun, my friends, and keep photoshopping.